You know that scene where it's like Brittany and she's talking, and all of a sudden she's just like, that's me.
Is that going to be you doing this interview?
No, that's just my life. That's just like where you sit and realize, yeah. This is such a funny little gif. It's funny.
It is very funny.
Okay, well, wow.
What?
I don't need your pity comments. I find it funny. It's
no,
funny.
It is funny.
It's so gross. Are you ready?
Almost.
Are you ready? She's coming.
Who is?
The spring break. Jamie Lynn Spears.
Oh, yeah.
And she needs to sing the Zoe 101 song.
Do you know what needs to happen for that? Fucking Chase needs to show up
Right?
and tell us what
Be
happened.
like, surprise, guys.
Part 2's happening right now.
Ooh, I know you see me standing here. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, so just so you know, that little red dot there
Means
we're
recording.
So I have this all on tape.
Okay.
All right, so just state your name and your major.
I am Zachary Glasscock, and I'm a theater major.
Okay, so when did you start dancing?
Oh, that's such a difficult question to answer for me personally, because there wasn't a set. I think the first time I started dancing, I was 13 or 14, and it's because the youth in our church we were just having a fun party, the church was, and they wanted the youth to get involved. And so we learned super basic swing dancing moves. And then at one point came at the party where the youth went out and taught other people the basic moves. And that's kind of when I decided, like this is something I really like. So yeah.
Awesome. Did you ever take dance classes when you were a kid?
No, I wanted to, but we never did anything like that. Coming from, and this is off the record, my parents were like, no, boys don't dance.
That's actually was going to be my next question. How's your parents?
It's, I mean, they always knew I had a passion for it, but we never really did extracurricular activities. Like it was later on during our early teen years, where I started to get involved with like soccer and stuff like that. But other than theater, there wasn't really any extracurricular activities that we did.
Okay. What do you think about the stigma behind like boys don't dance?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and I think it's completely false, because there are a lot of male dancers in the dance world, strong ones at that, and in their dancing, they're very masculine. And I mean, some of the best dancers that I know are male, and so yeah.
So another thing that goes along with guys dancing is that they're usually gay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say about that? Because I know you're not, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys who dance and are not.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, like stigma behind that?
I think it goes right back into, well, it's just a feminine thing, but it's not. It's just gender roles. Because growing up, all we were told was, if you danced, you were gay, and that's again false, because there's another guy on Company. He and I are both on Company, and neither of us are gay. He's probably one of the straightest people I know. Man, don't include that. But yeah, I think it's wrong, because growing up, I loved watching stuff like So You Think You Can Dance or Dancing with the Stars, and a lot of them, weren't. They were just out there having fun. It wasn't about who's gay and who's not.
Right. What do you think about parents who kind of like put that stigma into those young boys' heads, like the ones who want to go out and dance or
Yeah.
go and try? Because I know at my dance studio, like a lot of boys came and tried, and their moms were supportive, but usually it was the dads who weren't. Sometimes it was the other way around.
I don't know. When my parents knew that this was something I wanted to do, I had their support. When I showed them that this is a passion of mine, this is something I'm good at, I had both of their support. I think it goes along the same lines as when people want to join theater. You can't make a living out of that. You can't make a living out of dancing, but I don't think you're looking at all of the millions of people who are actually doing that.
I'm trying to think about the questions. You're my first interview for this, so.
Okay.
Is there anything else like you want to add about like gender and dance?
I mean, I don't know where the idea came from that only women dance and only girls dance. It's kind of the same thing as only boys play sports. It's completely wrong. And I think my number one thing is no matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, if this is something, if you find something that makes you happy, you got to go for it. Because I mean, coming back from where I'm from, not only being male, but being bigger too, it's just not something you see.
Right.
And so, but I don't care because this is something that I'm passionate about. This is how I have fun and just let loose. And this is, throughout so many stressful days and weeks that I can just come in the studio and just dance and choreograph. And that is such a huge stress relief for me. So if you're passionate about it, go for it.
I think that's pretty much everything.
Okay.
I don't have anything else right now. I might ask you for another interview later.
Okay.
So yeah.
Word.
But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for asking me.
Thanks for saying yeah.